Hello everyone, my name is M.Ridho Hafiz and my student number is 240106168 and welcome back to my vlog. Today, I want to talk about two interesting videos about plastic and recycling. The first video is the myth of plastic recycling by George Rockel Smith. And the second video is the recycling myth. What actually happens to our plastic by Dewey Planet A. After watching both videos, I realized that recycling is not as simple as I used to think. This video completely changed the way I see plastic in everyday life. So, without further ado, let's talk about why I learned from them. Let's go! Okay, both videos discuss plastic waste and recycling, but they use different approaches. The first video, The Myth of Plastic Recycling, focuses on the bigger pictures. It explains that the idea that plastic can be endlessly recycled is misleading. The video points out that only a small percentage of plastic is actually recycled, while most of it ends up in landfills, is burned, or pollutes the environment. It also explains how plastic companies promote recycling for decades even though many types of plastic are difficult or impossible to recycle. The second video, The Recycling Myth, What Actually Happens to Our Plastic, takes a more practical approach. Instead of only discussing statistics, the reporter follows the journey of plastic waste in Germany. She visits recycling facilities, joins garbage collectors, and investigates what really happens after people throw plastics away. One similarity between the videos is that both show that recycling is far from perfect. Both videos reveal that a large amount of plastic never becomes a new product again. Some plastic is too contaminated, some is too complex to recycle, and a lot of it is burned or exported to other countries. However, there are also important differences. The first video is more critical of plastic industry. It focuses on how companies encouraged people to believe that recycling would solve the plastic problem, while plastic production continued to increase. Meanwhile, the second video focuses on the recycling process itself. It shows the hard work of waste collectors and recycling workers and demonstrates how difficult it is to sort and process different kinds of plastic. Personally, I felt surprised and disappointed after watching these videos. Before watching them, I believed that putting plastic into a recycling bin was enough to help the environment. I thought most plastic would simply be turned into new products. But now, I understand that the problem is much bigger than that. What made me feel even more concerned is learning about microplastics. According to the first video, tiny plastics particles have been found in food, water, air, and even inside the human body. It is scary to think that something we use for only a few minutes can remain in the environment for hundreds of years and eventually returns to us. The second video also made me think about how much plastic we use every day. The reporter collected just 1 week's worth of plastic waste, and the amount was shocking. Looking at that made me realize that I also use more plastic than I actually need. This video taught me that recycling alone cannot solve the plastic crisis. We also need to reduce plastic consumption, reuse items whenever possible, and choose products with less packaging. In conclusion, both videos helped me understand the reality behind plastic recycling. The first video explained why the recycling system often fails, while the second video shows what really happens to plastic after we throw it away. Together, they send one powerful message. Recycling is important, but reducing plastic use is even more important. As students and consumers, we can start with small actions such as carrying reusable bottles, bringing our own shopping bags, and avoiding unnecessary plastic packaging. So, thank you for watching my video. I hope it's good. Let's create a cleaner future with less plastic and more responsibility. See you in the next education vlog. Bye.